this countdown started 3 or 4 fucking times.
You might want to learn how to count.
It is the DOUG here once again, and we are back for more Evil Within. Dollhouse is going to be on Monday night. Prototype will probably be on Tuesday or Wednesday. I just want to get back to the Evil Within because that's got the most shit to do. In the chat party tonight, we have Andrew, who I'm surprised has decided not to go to Sony and hit him upside the head with a bunch of coconuts.
Why would I use a coconut?
Because you have a lovely bunch of coconuts. Do 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 do. And of
It's
course,
time for the Dark Order. This team has like 8 people coming up.
And we also have our favorite Canadian. It is Heartless.
Coconuts, really, Doug? Really?
Yes,
coconuts?
I thought
All of a sudden
coconuts
he's
are more of
Roddy
a
Piper
southern
and Sony is Superfly Jimmy Snuka all of a sudden?
Yes, by the way, apparently Tamara Snuka got injured again last night.
What happened last night?
She injured her. Tamara Snuka injured her head. She left with a concussion or something.
Did she even wrestle, or did she just walk into a wall?
She's wrestling. She was in a match. Trust me, I'm still surprised she wrestled.
She's been wrestling like 4 months. She hurt.
I mean, I don't know how she has a job, because she gets injured like every year. It's like, I've come to the conclusion.
I know how she got the job. I know exactly how she got the job.
It's because she's related to The Rock.
Related to The Rock.
But let's be honest. She's been injured. It's like the 3 things you can guarantee now: death, taxes, and Tamara Snuka is going to be injured every year.
Well, that's not as bad as Goldberg headbutting himself and concussion himself before the match.
But it's not the first time he's done that either.
That's not the first time he's done that either.
Money toss.
I think people forget to get that in WCW.
Money.
You're missing one of the Lucha Underground tag team.
I don't really watch Lucha Underground. I've said that.
Jack Evans and Angelica, they're a tag team now.
Who cares? It's Lucha Underground. Alright,
I was never a big fan of those dudes.
When we last left off on Evil Within, we were trying to find our little...
Go on, Doug. Use your words.
Trying to find one of our the patient that went...
You're trying to plug his other videos in?
No.
I have a feeling I may have just fucked up. Maybe.
You gone and fucked it up, Doug.
So, Doug, did you get the bundle that has all the DLC for Dirt Cheap whenever they had it?
For what?
Is it over?
For Evil Within?
I actually had Evil Within when it first came out. That's kind of, on disc, but hey, physical. Oh, we saved a lady who just disappeared. What the hell? Oh, we got brain goo. Okay. That's a good thing I saved a lady and got some brain goo.
I don't want to know what you're talking about. I don't want to know.
Some of that's how you get experiences with the goo.
I know, but I don't want to hear it. I don't want to know about it. It's like the brain goo should not be shared.
Let's see, we still have to go in a house, but I don't know which house we need to go into. So we're gonna go into this house and see what happens. Hopefully we won't get killed.
Now here's Luchasaurus back from the dead after Johnny Mundo murdered him. But he's alive again.
This is again why I said I don't want to hear about Lucha Underground. I don't care about Lucha Underground. It's the worst damn promotion in America.
Okay. You know.
But it is one.
It's up there, but it's not the worst. It's up there.
Yeah, it's not the worst, but it is one of the worst.
Underground is goddamn fantastic.
I'm sorry, Underground, I can't stand. I hate the writing. I hate the storylines for it.
That's because the story writers probably do crack anything.
Probably worked for WWE at one point in time.
I do not like Antonio. He's like the best boss character ever.
Easy. I just said I don't like him.
You wish you had in real life.
The Back to the Future game from Back to the Future.
I said vehicle.
It is a vehicle. The Back to the Future video game from Back to the Future. Yes, the DeLorean with the time machine. That's what I'd like.
I was hoping you were actually going to name it. I thought you went actually, because I was like Back to the Future vehicle. I was like, what Back to... I don't even know what has the DeLorean.
Yeah, it
half
has. It's the Back to the Future game. It has to have the DeLorean. And no, I don't want a car that talks to you. I have Siri. I have. What's the other one? Cortana. If I really wanted a car or some robot to talk to me, I don't need a car to talk to me. I'm sorry. And so, no. Going back to the past is better.
Yeah, but if you don't be careful, you're gonna end up banging your mom.
I'm pretty damn sure I would not bang your mom. Pretty damn sure.
Well, you wouldn't. It'd be a younger version. You might not know.
No, I wouldn't, because I wouldn't go anywhere where my family's ever lived. I'm not dumb.
Okay, you
Why
said
the
you're
hell
not a
would I go?
combatant. You're gonna leave it to me, but you just walk in front of the...
You go to another place in time in history where your family could have never ever been.
Well, you say they never go on vacation. They go to a different area.
Yeah, I know
Go
it's a
to a
nice
different
shot,
part
because
of
I know
town.
how to shoot. Somewhat.
What's Oh, Luke Harper. That was the other name. That was. I'm like, what the hell was Harper's first name? And then I just remembered.
Your
It
mom
was a
could have been
dork,
studying
so-
abroad in Japan, and you go to Japan running. And oh, here's a white lady in Japan. I'm gonna bang this one. Turn out to be your mom.
My family's never been in Japan.
Oh, dear Lord, look at all these corpses. Let's just burn all these corpses so they don't come back to bite me in the ass
Gonna
later.
run away from my home.
Oh, brain goo.
Then
time to burn that body.
Georgia will be doing some hard time.
So if
for
you
me
don't watch
personally-
the Cody Rhodes tag team matchup.
I'm pretty sure I know how that match is gonna go. But the feed's been all wonky today, so it's just frustrating the hell out of me.
No, well, since Brad's watching it and telling us what's happening, there's no point in trying to watch it tomorrow when my friend sends me the whole pay-per-view in an email.
You're gonna miss all the fantastic action you're gonna when.
Yeah, well,
there's
I
also
said
a match
before,
with the
I was
Lucha
watching it
You got to the
tomorrow
Lucha
when I was downloading stuff. I said that in the crash stream, and people knew that yesterday. And don't say, well, I didn't know because you didn't watch the streams. Then you should watch the streams more.
You'll be doing hard time. You're a big boss man, you're gonna drop the line. You'll be doing
Well, the
some
dog's gonna die.
goddamn hard time.
This is my brother, Valerio. Lester's original doctor.
Oh. These battle scars.
I think we just interrupted the doctor's dinner.
Expose everything.
Battle scars. Do do do.
Hey, what are you doing?
He's eating.
You interrupt. How dare you?
Get the shotgun,
You know
get
how
the
to handle
shotgun. Burn, bitch.
it. So nice. And then had a family come home with bitch. These battle stars. Gotta have one band. Junker plays.
Oh, this is
But
really
do
see
you
how the
remember
doctor
the words?
lost his mind.
Do you remember the words from Randy Orton's first one?
Huh, the doctor's dead.
What? Hey, what can you say? My name is Randy Orton. Have a nice day. Those ones?
That's when they goes, hey, Randy Orton's gay. That
Oh,
one.
great. The keys
No.
are in the guy's chest. Well,
Oh, you're gonna have to open his chest now, dog. You're gonna do some
Yep.
open heart surgery. But wait, you know you can't do that.
time to pretend
If you're
we're
a
playing
trainer
Saw.
first aid, you're still not allowed to open up a person's chest. You're not trained to do that.
It's a good thing I'm a detective. I can just write something in the report. I'll blame Jigsaw.
Blame Jigsaw. But Jigsaw's dead.
That jump scare was terrible. No one got scared by that.
Why, did Batman show up? Because that's
No,
I'm scared right now.
it's one of the Evil Within's cheap jump scares it tries to do.
Oh, is it as bad as
Oh,
like the
so
old
bad.
Man K ones where they every time you do an uppercut, there's like a little animated dude come up on the screen like
Ah,
right
heal
into
Leslie.
Oh, that
Never remembers
Batman
those?
versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie is actually pretty good.
No, it wasn't.
I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, so please do not discuss it, because then I will have to mute you, Brad, because I have not had a chance to watch it.
You have to remember is Heartless says everything sucks. He can't
Now, there's some
he
things
says
me and him on
everything sucks.
movies we have agreed on.
No, my taste in music is fucking in movies and music is 100%. If you don't like it, then there's something wrong with you.
Because like instead of this recent Godzilla where they spent way too much time on the
I
people,
liked it.
you
Okay,
should
I
watch
liked it. It
Godzilla
should have
Final Wars. It's all about the monsters.
there should have been more monster fights. I agree, but I wanted. This is the kind of Godzilla movie I wanted. I wanted to see Godzilla go and beat the shit out of fucking every monster. I wanted to see
You got, what,
Godzilla
like 3 minutes of that,
like
I
a
guess?
wrestler, get his ass beaten, then could do
It
his
was
comeback.
actually more
That's
than
what I
3 minutes,
wanted.
Brad.
There's no time for fooling around.
Now, if you took out all the people, you'd have like a 12-minute movie.
Yeah, but then the movie would have been terrible.
No, it would have been longer than that. I guarantee you. If you look it up, there's more on screen.
Because I saw the new
Godzilla time.
Godzilla film in theaters, and I actually enjoyed it. And I actually was happy they left the human shit in there because of the fact that if you don't want to watch monster battles the whole almost 2 hours,
They're kind of like breathing matches.
breathing time,
in between
yeah,
matches
you know.
for wrestling. Yes.
You
They're
should go
diva
watch
matches.
Godzilla Final Wars and report back which one is much more fun to watch.
I watched Final Wars. I did not
I've
like
watched
it.
Final Wars, and
I
I have to agree with Heartless on this. I gave Final Wars like a
I'm sorry.
2.5 out of 5, saying it was just all action, no real story plot, no real anything driven.
No, that wasn't even my problem. My problem with Final Wars was like, it's the Power Rangers. They got diseases, and they're fighting Godzilla. No,
Yeah, that didn't make any sense either, but I was trying to avoid that because I was just like, why?
no, no.
It's like when they did
If
the
you
Power
were to
Rangers
take
with the
that
Teenage
same
Mutant Ninja
premise and be
Turtles
like,
episode.
hey, we're dying of a virus, and we can summon Godzilla to save us. Okay. Or we're gonna go be Godzilla's tag team partner to fight the monster. Sure. But there's none of that shit. It's like, oh, Godzilla's coming, and all of a sudden Godzilla's gone heel for no fucking reason. Like, at least with the first movie of Godzilla the first remake, you know, like Godzilla's destroying stuff, but he's not trying to. He's just trying to destroy the other monsters, and humans being humans, they just try to destroy everything they don't understand, especially you Americans. They go and piss off Godzilla, so Godzilla killed everybody in their path. You piss me off, I'm gonna step you like Drew McIntyre stepped on Dolph Ziggler, but now they're tag team partners. But
Again.
again, yes. But you get my point. It's funny how I use wrestling as a backup for a lot of fucking movies. Like, back in the day, it was like you would use wrestling to describe
Let my
parts
ex go.
of wrestling to people. Whereas now we're using wrestling to describe movies to people. It's like, oh, you know that Chucky movie? Well, Chucky's the villain. Okay, what kind of villain is he?
That new
He's the Shane
Top Five
McMahon
movie is
villain.
actually
Enough
pretty
said.
good.
No spoilers, Doug hasn't seen it yet.
Yeah, I already had it spoiled for me,
Neither
so
have
I'm
I.
kind of.
But no, I'm not going to go into it,
And I'm
because if I
not gonna
go
sp-
into it,
and I
you're
don't like
not even going
spoiling
to
films for other
watch
people.
it on video. Because if I go into
Well,
it,
no,
you're not
that-
going to watch it.
This new Child's Play movie is something that could totally 100% happen for real.
Bullshit! It could happen for real. You bringing up sentences like that, I want to stab you in the fucking eye.
No, it's
I'm
absolutely.
I want
sorry.
to stab you in the eye. No,
Did
Heartless.
we forget
You
about
can't
the
do
fact
that,
how
they'll
that
blame the
happened?
video games.
They'll blame the
I don't
movie,
care.
Chucky.
They can blame Evil Within. Like honestly, no, Doug, no.
Well, you
No,
also
sorry,
can say
guys, I mean,
how
guys,
Skynet could never happen because that's
No,
totally
stop. He has
He
not
just really
seen the
put
movie.
Sonic
Stop
and
spoiling.
Sonic in the same sentence. And you
Yeah,
know
there's another
and,
one. Sonic, the remake, is another garbage one.
and Brad, you know my policy: no spoiling films. Even when I reviewed Godzilla and Annabelle, I didn't ruin a single story element. I didn't ruin any of the plot.
No, I was talking about how if Hart was saying that Skynet and Terminator could never happen also, because it totally could.
But you're just spoiling it by using that as a goddamn reference, is what I'm
Yeah, you
saying.
are kind of spoiling the
You
film for
are.
using a reference from
You're
another
like
film.
spoiling it right on his stream. Like that's why I said no
That's why I
spoilers,
tell
and then you
people
go into your
when you're
rant.
discussing movies, don't use other movies to say what it's like, because then you kind of hint at what the ending in the film that you're trying to tie it to is.
Damn. Like I could spoil it in 2 seconds, but like you just did it. But I don't want to do. I didn't want to spoil it. But Annabelle, you could spoil because there's nothing to spoil.
Yeah, the Annabelle
It's
I
been
can
out for a
spoil, but
while.
I'm doing the right thing, but I'm not going to do that because I know there might be people who do want to see it, and I ain't going to want to do that to people. It's like the people who watch Stranger Things and spoiled what happened at the end of the last
Oh well,
episode, or
Stranger
Game of
Things
Thrones.
has been out for a little while. It just came out, so that wouldn't be fair to spoil it.
Well, you know what I mean. There's people who will purposely, like with the Avengers film that
Even
came out.
though,
I
even
didn't
though
get
I
the.
will say one, even though I will say one thing about Stranger Things. Sorry to cut you off, Doug. That
No
isn't a
problem.
spoiler. Um, the season ends with you thinking one thing, and then literally 2 minutes later, it makes you think the opposite. So it's like they couldn't make up their mind how they wanted to see end the season.
That
So
seems like a
that
lot
was
of
my only
shows.
negative.
But I'll use this as an example. I'll use the recent Avengers film, Endgame. I
I
wasn't
loved it.
I wasn't able to see it opening weekend. I don't see films opening weekend. I rarely do because either don't have the money or I don't have the time.
You should get an Android box.
The weekend we finally were all supposed to go see it, because I ended up seeing Godzilla instead for this reason. Somebody decided to spoil the fucking Endgame movie for me. And I've said before, you shouldn't talk about a film except until like at least a month and a half. I don't want to hear, oh, I can spoil it after opening weekend. No, because most people actually have a job or a life. They can't go waste time to see a film opening weekend. It's like shit.
I only go to movie theaters to support movies I want to support.
Kind of the same. I mean,
Most of the time I will stream. I'm one of those people who streams. But if a movie is something I really want to watch, I may do both. I may stream it online and then watch it in theaters simply because I enjoyed it. Sometimes I won't do that. Endgame was one of the ones I went to see theaters. I enjoyed it. As for spoiling Endgame, I think you pretty much knew what was going to happen.
well,
I
I
mean,
kind of knew because
like,
because Spider-Man was coming out, so you knew everyone was coming back. But I didn't know who was coming back, and unfortunately,
oh, you're talking about yeah, Endgame, yeah.
Endgame. Somebody decided to put who was coming back and who wasn't on Twitter, which I actually got pissed off and deleted him from my on the following thing because I was so pissed. To me, you shouldn't spoil film until like at least a month, maybe even 2 months, because of people who can't see it right away. Apparently, people forget. People actually have bills and have to go to work, have to make sure there's food on the table, and all of that. Even when don't get me wrong, I'm unemployed now, but when I worked, I did not go to the films because I only had 2 days off until Sunday. But I had to make sure it was an early film because I couldn't go at night because I had to work the next day. My only other days off were Wednesday, but I'm not going to the films on a Wednesday because I use that as a day to sleep. So and sorry, to me, even if it's like a video game, let's say if it's like, okay, I'm getting the new Wolfenstein game that comes out on the 26th.
Oh, the Youngblood, which is out already.
How is it out already? I have not seen it advertised being out at Walmart or GameStop.
If you got the digital deluxe edition, you get it early.
That's why I don't really do any games digitally unless it's on sale, part of the free games on Plus.
And if you buy a digital deluxe edition, you can share the game with someone else.
Yeah, I bought the normal
Not share
edition
play, share like a digital code that they can
It's
play.
like how a way out did it.
Yeah.
Oh god, if that's the case, that makes me want to shoot him because I hated The Way Out. I consider that one of the worst platinums on my list. That game was shit.
But as for goes to spoilers, it depends. If some game or a movie is so bad, you kind of have to do the community a favor.
I
especially if it's
disagree with
bad.
that because there was a film. I'm trying to remember what film it was because it came out. What film it
Because
was? Because it
honestly,
was
I
one
wish
I was
less
looking
people
forward
would
in
have
to
seen the first
see,
Hellboy.
and people said it was terrible and were telling me the ending. It was Wreck-It Ralph 2. And I liked Wreck-It Ralph 1, I'm honest, but then yet again, I'm a hardcore video gamer. I had people saying, oh, the movie's terrible, here's the ending, it made me not want to see it. I finally picked it up on Blu-ray this year, and I actually was like, I'm so pissed off at everyone now because everyone said it was a bad film. I didn't go see it. Now that I've watched it, I wish I did go to the theater and see it.
Yeah, I liked it when I saw it.
It's like with Ma. I want to see Ma, but at the same time, it's like everyone's telling me it's so bad, maybe I should wait till Blu-ray. But then it's like if
With
I enjoy it on
Ma?
Blu-ray, I'm going to be pissed.
Okay, so since we have similar tastes in movies, I will say this. With Ma, as long as you take this with a grain of salt, that it is more like, what's the horror movie where they break into the blind guy's house and the blind guy kicks
I know
shit
which
out
one
of
you mean. I actually own that, and a lot of people said that movie was a -5 stars, and I said no, it actually is kind of creative. It makes you think a little differently, because I actually thought the blind guy was the good guy until a certain point.
point in the movie where it's
And the
revealed.
point in the movie when it's revealed, you know. So I liked how they did that.
So
If they
it's
did
kind
that
of like that, except the acting is not on par of what it
with
should
it,
be.
which
with
I
the
can
cast.
forgive. Is it cheesy acting or bad acting? Because if
No,
it's
it's just
cheesy,
like they've never been taught how to act.
okay, so it's that kind of that middle of
It's
the
not
road where
even
it's bad,
shitty,
but
it's
it's a
like
little cheesy.
very
About all the
bland.
teenagers being shitty or something.
It's
Okay.
like very bland. Like
I mean, I
there's
would
no
probably.
on-screen chemistry.
Okay.
If you like that black woman, then you might like it for
I've,
her.
I've, I've had liked her in some other stuff, so that's one reason why I want
But
to see it.
I've seen her in other stuff and I never liked her, so maybe that affected it. But
Could have
like I
been. So,
said, the
see,
acting
that's
is
why I like how
bland.
you're saying it, because everyone else would just be
But
says, oh, it's -5 stars, don't bother. You're at least saying
I
here are
don't, I
some
don't
good
rate
points, here are some
stars
bad points.
on movies because the 5-star system is flawed anyway.
Well, I tell
What
people
what,
at the end of
what
my
would you
reviews.
consider what would you consider a 1-star?
To me personally,
Something really bad, right? No, something really bad,
yeah,
right?
something really bad.
Well, then why should it have a star at all?
Well, that's why I just do 3 out of 5. I don't add stars, but even I tell people,
Okay.
I want to know your opinion.
So,
Let me know if you've seen it or played it. What are your thoughts on it?
But I wouldn't say it's bad. It's just I was left with the impression after watching it was like,
Wanting more?
okay, I wish I didn't watch it, but you know now that I've watched it, I can say I don't need to watch it again.
It's like one of those you
But
didn't
it's
mind
not-
watching it, but at the same time you wouldn't want to watch it again.
However, I would have at the time I would have rather have watched Godzilla again. But
I just checked, they're not even showing them all around where I live anymore.
no, they pulled it
Yeah,
from
they're
theaters
not.
now.
They pulled that from theaters. Unfortunately, and I can say
It's
this because
just-
all the theaters did it to me, they pulled a bunch of films out, even the Shaft film, which my mom said they loved the new Shaft film, and put nothing but Toy Story. And I'm like, really?
Yeah, they want to get the numbers for Toy Story off that.
Yeah, which pisses me off to a degree.
But
He's
as
gone
the
down
movie
there.
being pulled and then put in, here's one. Stubborn was
Ain't that the one
released
with
earlier
Batista?
this year. Yes, it was released earlier this year. It did very poorly in the box office. It came out the same week as Avengers Endgame. So they released it when Endgame came out. Did really poorly. Pulled it after I think it was a week.
Yeah, that was probably not the
And then
best
they're
idea.
re-releasing it again now. So the people who managed to see it in that first week, like I streamed it and I didn't enjoy it. It was a little funny, but I mean it wasn't god awful. It's interesting to see Batista as a comedic actor, but and then have it come out.
Oh, thank heavens.
Now again,
Menace is
when you use
here.
that kind of release, you're not giving a bonus like they did with
No.
Avengers. Like they re-released
something's
it a
coming.
couple of weeks ago with extra footage containing the Hulk or something. That's what Endgame's.
You know what? They
released.
finished from what I heard.
Huh?
Oh shit!
Yeah, I heard
something
that scene.
invisible's
It was
coming.
they just left it. They just put it in there unfinished.
Yeah, it was just like loose
Oh,
edited
hell.
footage.
place
It
is a
didn't have
death
special
trap.
effects or anything like that
Is
yet.
there anywhere safe
But-
at all?
That's unlikely.
Which is just Disney trying
Just
to
a
get more
second,
money.
guys. Yes.
Yeah, they're trying to break the Avatar
No.
record, but I don't think they did.
No, they didn't do it. No.
All right, thank you for the info. All right, sorry about that, guys, but I did just get some info about our, for our friends in New York City. Every time I'm streaming, I got to do this. Apparently, a lot of people in New York do not have power right now, so that's probably why we don't see Rosie, Dark Knight, or even 45 AK Johnny on right now.
They were on earlier.
Well, Johnny wasn't.
Get out.
We must be going this way.
Well, I thought you were gonna say, well, Dark Knight was. No, they weren't
Can't get away.
But
Who cares about that guy?
yeah, we're not going into that. But I wasn't aware there was a blackout.
Yeah, I wasn't either till just a few minutes ago when I got notified by my family. You know, what's one film? There's a lot of films I want to see that I'm being hesitant now to stay off Facebook and Twitter because I don't want it to be ruined, obviously.
We must be collectively losing our minds.
Ooh, walking in, I don't want to go down.
Losing our minds, losing our minds.
Oh, punch you till I hit the ground.
Oh no. Oh look, it's a naked man wearing a trench coat.
Oh look, it's Umaga.
It is you.
Now he's too white and skinny for that.
Who the hell are
It's
you?
probably Seamus.
No, don't follow.
Oh look, it's Thanos.
Yeah, I'm not gonna follow him. I'm gonna go the other way. I'm gonna be smart.
But yeah, that's my issue with movies.
No shotgun shells. Gimme.
And I honestly don't see anything really coming out that I would even bother to waste time.
I mean, the only film I want to see is the one with the alligators, but that's because, you know, I do like those kind of animals versus... Granted, I'm honest,
Really? Did you like Lake Placid?
Doctor?
I actually did like Lake Placid. I liked Lake Placid 1 and 2.
Serious Tarzan going, all movies shit. That's what it says every movie.
Well, the third and
No, I'm entitled to my own opinion.
the second
I
one
won't say
is shit,
it's
but I
good,
can
just
enjoy it
didn't-
for how bad it is. Same with Lake Placid 1. Plus, it's funny to hear Betty White cuss.
But like, because I do like some bad movies, but Lake Placid, I never got it. It's just like that Rosie O'Donnell, or not Rosie O'Donnell. What's her name? Golden Girl said Betty White in the movie, where it's just like she's trying to be the comic relief, and I'm just like, you're not funny anymore.
It's just funny how Hart Life says
What is
every movie I
going on
fuck,
here?
but he's the one that picked out that we watched Thanksgiving that one night.
What's wrong with it? What's wrong with Thanksgiving? What is wrong with Thanksgiving? The premise is hilarious. A turkey that's killing people on Thanksgiving.
That's actually kind of a
pure
comedy
genius.
film to me.
And you know, I'm usually all about stuff like that, but it just didn't turn out that way.
No, but that's genius. But it didn't come out the way it should have been. But that's genius, you know. But then again, I like the original Tremors movie, to be honest.
Yeah, the Tremors were good and cheesy, and I love those.
Like the first one, at least, was really well acted. There was comedy, there was action, there was suspense, and there was an ugly monster. You know, you had Kevin Bacon running away and yelling "Stampede" and stuff like that. Yeah, which is fine. And then the sequels were just still god awful.
Yeah, they were bad, but they were cheesy bad to me.
They're like, yeah, but they were like, come on, now they fly. Like, come on.
I believe that more than the Land Sharks film starring Brooke Hogan.
Which one was Brooke Hogan?
The one where the sharks are in sand.
Sharks in Sand? Sand Sharks?
Sand
I think it's
sharks,
called?
yeah.
No, I didn't go that far. I mean, I watched the first Sharknado and I'm just like, why are there tornadoes and sharks?
And besides, it'd be a hurricane at that point.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Kick the can.
You know what movie
But-
you should watch? It's called Theater of Blood. You should watch that movie. It's fantastic.
Did you say Theater of Blood?
Yes, I did. It's fantastic.
Is that a euphemism for something?
No, that's what it's called. It has Vincent Price in it. It's amazing.
Is this an old movie?
Yes, it is.
How old?
It might have been the 70s, I think. I don't know.
No, I'll pass. Oh, that's Fire Ninja's favorite song is playing
But
right now.
he's an actor. and he keeps on getting the critics keep on giving him bad reviews. Say he kills all the critics in
I never
ways
found
from
him, but I
various
hate
different
walking in this
Shakespeare
blood.
plays, and it's amazing.
Boom, 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 boom.
How about Reanimator? You don't like that one?
Raymond is
Seen
another one
it
of those cheesy
Reanimator years
films.
ago, and it's okay for what it was for the era, but to watch it now, nothing. It doesn't stand out.
Yeah, it
It's
doesn't
like
really.
watching it. It's like watch movies like that. It's like watching. It's like watching stuff like. Mm.
Oh, there's a lot of blood here.
But it's like
Dead bodies too.
watching stuff now that was really good in the day was like watching
I'll be
like
right
Enter
back.
the
I'm going
Dragon
to the restroom real quick.
or a Steven Seagal movie, like back in the day when they were decent, or like watching a Van Damme movie, you know, like Bloodsport. Like everybody loves Bloodsport, but if you were watching today, it was just like it's bad.
You don't like the Steven Seagal movie with the boat?
With the boat. The only reason you like that movie is because of the half-naked woman that pops out of the fucking cake. It's the only reason you like that movie.
Oh, that does happen in that film.
No, it's not. That's the we were like, I'm a chef. No. No, I didn't like that one. Most people give Steven Seagal credit for Out for Justice.
I'm back, and I know, Heartless, you said your vehicle would have been the Back to the Future car, aka the DeLorean. For me personally, everybody who knows me knows there's one vehicle I liked ever since I was a kid when I watched the show. I actually have the entire series on DVD, and I actually have one of the models still in box of the vehicle, Kit.
Yeah, I
Wait,
think
can
so.
I make an argument though? Or ask a question for specifics? Which
Yes,
version of the DeLorean?
First one.
So the one that runs on plutonium.
Okay, so all right, hold on. I forgot about that fact. The second one, the one that runs off garbage.
You can have this living terrorist after you for the first one.
Okay, you feel better now, Fire Ninja?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, specifics.
Well, also the second one can fly. That's what he's getting at too.
But you don't need to go
No,
back to the future to
that-
fly because we're never gonna have flying cars. As much as we like to portray it in movies that we're gonna have flying cars, we never are. Because if we were, we would have them already.
Yeah, that's true, we would.
We would, honestly. Do you think we're gonna be alive in the 30,000 years from now? Like, I'm sorry.
They have flying ambulances.
Flying ambulances? They're called helicopters.
No, I mean like they're
Okay, that
like
was
drones but bigger or ambulances.
They're a drone that drops off a first aid kit? Is that what you're talking about?
No, there's like drone ambulances. It's not helicopters. It's like drone type.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust that. I honestly wouldn't trust that shit.
I completely forgot what I'm supposed to do here. Now there's only one
Supposed
place
to
to
kill the
go.
bad guy. You're supposed
I
to.
know that, but there's only one door left, so I'm gonna go through the door. And if it's not there, then I completely forgot what I'm supposed to... Oh,
Oh my god, someone put the Grinch from The Grinch Stole Christmas in WWE 2K19.
Does that really surprise you?
A little bit it does, yeah, a little bit.
Why would that surprise you? Didn't you remember when the Grinch showed up
ow.
to Monday Night Raw?
There you go.
And he had that huge wrestling match against Krampus and Santa
Oh,
and
yes.
Coca-Cola
Kind of like the, kind of like
bears.
the, kind of like so you had like Jay Wyatt and all the characters wrestling
Oh
there.
God, no, no, no! That wasn't even me. That was Doug. Don't remind me of Doug's. No.
You don't remember? easier.
No, because Doug had one of the worst things. Something that made me want to bleach my eyes out. You see, Doug had this thing called the Booty Taker, which made me want to go blind.
Yes, I did have the Booty Taker.
Oh, I remember that one.
No, don't encourage him. No, that was torture.
What is? Well, someone needs to remind me. What is the booty?
Basically, it was like the Undertaker New Day edition garbage.
Yeah, Undertaker
Reason
came
like
dressed as a member of the New
Neon
Day.
Blue.
So what would he do? He would take. Is that what he would do?
He came out dressed as a member of the New Day, acting like Biggie Langston. Oh, shotgun shells.
Name anymore.
Yeah. I don't want to see like a 50-year-old man doing that ever.
Been 50.
Well, at least everybody's dead.
Oh my god! Someone put snow in the reef. Raw. There's snow. At least they say it's. Okay.
We hope it's snow.
How'd you know it was cocaine?
Because it's Canada.
We don't have cocaine here. We're.
Oh, this ain't creepy. I'm gonna just have my gun out ready to go. I don't like the fact there's a hallway with raining blood. Oh, okay, now I hear Big Boss Man's theme song. Somebody's playing now as Big Boss Man's invaded my game. Oh, this doesn't look safe. You ever in a room and be like, yeah, this ain't safe?
Yeah.
Yep,
Into
this
that
is one
game
of them.
and you deal with that. Just cutting down that big fucking body when you're hiding from the butcher in the beginning.
Oh, hell.
Yeah,
I'm dead.
in that game, that's what I was trying to avoid. That big
Oh,
guy.
thank God. Keep on running, you son of a bitch.
The next generation of great. Generation of great. I forget which song this is.
Get the hell downstairs, you stupid asshole.
That man had one. I'm on fire
And I'm
while
dead.
you're alone.
That's what happens when you get a little bit too freaked out and you try to run away.
Next generation is great.
You end up getting a nail in your head. And now I hear Tonka.
Well, maybe that must be fighting people cities.
Yeah, I'm looking for theme music. I don't know how it can be heard.
Because I got good hearing.
Everything else good.
What is it with you?
And in the elevator. I hate running from that ugly fucking thing. And we should be getting near the end of the chapter.
I'm coming out now.
What?
Hey yo.
Nope, I'm
yo.
out of here.
Oh. Stop all eraser mode.
Hey yo. Come here.
Safe. I hope.
Damn it.
You're out.
That was close.
So did so Cody lose?
No, he hadn't been there yet.
I thought that was the main event by now. It's already getting late.
No, it's right now it's Hangman Page, and I think the other guy, I think it was Kid Sabian.
Oh, that's probably the last match before the main event.
Wonder if there's still the Lucha Bros got to come out still. Then there's gonna be Kenny Omega versus some Jeff guy, I don't know.
I forgot this
then
dude might
Jericho
be
came
one.
out with them live too, so they're so good bit together.
Probably Omega and Jericho.
I'm deadly afraid to see what my total death is going to be at the end of this game.
I did take a screenshot of it earlier, I'll send it to you.
I'll get the shotgun bullet again. Alright, that gives us 4 shotguns.
Kushida.
I'm trying to remember, I think we actually had to shoot the douchebag.
Kenny Omega's gonna fight.
Ah,
He's gonna fight Steve, you said?
He's gonna fight Cena.
okay, maybe I'm supposed to run away?
Cena? Good luck.
Alright, so I send you the picture on Facebook, on the face space.
One of the creepier loading screens because it's just a hallway with a wheelchair in it.
That's creepy.
Well, it's the only time you don't see any of the demons or anything, so it's like they're hiding from you on purpose.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're deep.
Or the zombies or whatever they are. They never
Not
really
supposed
explain
to
what they are in
be-
Evil Within.
They're not supposed to be like doing this super great dance.
Well, I know that.
Like, hey, how's it going? Like, you're supposed to be like a porn
Alright,
star.
time to go back up.
Do a little.
That was a cosmo.
Oh my god! It's gonna be Vince McMahon's gonna get jiggy with God.
Is that? Are you booking again?
Oh, God.
That
That was probably not one of my smartest
booking from
ideas.
last night.
No, that's what happened.
Oh, I'm dead.
Don't forget that storyline.
I'm dead. Wait,
Where
how am I not dead?
Vince was
Where the hell
dancing
am I
with God
landing?
to somebody call my mom. And God was just a
Ow.
light.
Yeah.
That hurt.
Shawn Michaels handicapped.
I wasted bullets for nothing.
Hagen God.
Alright, and that ends chapter 4. So we've cleared the first 4 chapters. We're doing good. We are doing good.
No, you're not.
And right now the total,
Very bad
remember the
game.
trophy is beating the game in under 5 hours, which I don't think we're going to get that at this point. Because we're at 2 hours and 34 minutes and 43 seconds.
Well, if you were better at the game, you could do it.
Well, no. Oh, shut up.
No. No. Ignore it. You could do it in 5 hours.
This actually, believe it or not, to me has one of the harder trophies for that. Because even the Resident Evil 5 game that had that one you could kind of cheat a bit once you got the infinite rocket launcher. Because you could just go back to the chapters and lower your score. I don't know if that is the same here. Now, I know personally, because
No, you can't
I thought there was chapter
Can't go
selection
back.
in this game. They may have added it later, I don't know, because the trophy
Doesn't
got...
count as.
It doesn't... Oh, that time doesn't count. Okay, so you have to do it in one run.
I mean, you could try.
Yeah, I'm going to have to try to see if
Totally
it does.
Forgot
'cause
about that. You could,
I know a lot of people have said who've actually gone in the under 5 hours thing. It's actually worse in this game than it is in the Resident Evil games to get under the time limit. Because with Resident Evil, you know, you can kind of make a mistake here or there and be fine. This one, I forgot that it says it counts the time when you're in the cutscenes. So you have to skip cutscenes to get your thing lowered too, which is odd.
special.
Yeah, but that's going to do it for the Evil Within tonight, guys. We have beaten the first 4 chapters. We've died a lot, unfortunately, in saying that. And almost every death's been my own accord because of my own stupidity of me not paying attention. That's one thing I can say in this game. The deaths are usually your fault, not the game's. When we come back, we will be starting Chapter 5, Inner Recesses, which sounds like we're going to be in the cartoon show Recess. Great. But until then,
I hope not.
have a good night, and I'll see you in a few minutes for Mortal Kombat 11 time.